What is up, you guys? It is Zach, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a little while since I've actually talked about anything Nintendo in terms of news and things that are kind of going on. So this is just going to kind of be a info dump of my personal opinions on things that have been going on with Nintendo for the past couple weeks. So for those of you who want to hear about certain topics, because I'm going to be talking about 4 major Nintendo topics today, there will probably be timestamps, so just look down either in the description or like in the bar, you'll see where the timestamps are, so that you can hop to the particular story you're interested in. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC that came out. What's it called? The Battle Pass, whatever it's called. I personally don't remember the title, but I actually have gone and played it since I do have the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. I get free access to all the tracks in the Battle Pass, and honestly, I really liked it. Of course, there's the whole argument and discussion going on around the graphics and how it looks, and I will admit the tracks do not look that great. There are some that actually look pretty decent. I thought Shroom Ridge looked pretty good, but you know, Toad Circuit didn't really look that great, and you know, it's kind of whatever, because you know, there are some games where I would definitely make a bigger deal out of the fact that Nintendo put no effort into the graphics, and you know, I'm still kind of putting a little bit of, you know, criticism to Nintendo on this, but the two things really making me not care as much is A, just how cheap the DLC is. Well, first of all, it's free for Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack users, and it's also 52 cents a track, which really is not that bad. And plus the fact that it is Mario Kart, it's not like a game where you're stopping to observe the environments like, let's say, a Legend of Zelda game or a Mario Odyssey or whatever. It's Mario Kart. You're racing through these tracks at a high speed. You know, I saw one picture where someone, you know, looked at the flowers on the side of the course, and admittingly, they do look horrible, but you're not stopping to look at them unless you're looking for an issue. It's not like an exploratory game. You're racing on a racetrack going at high speeds. You're not really going to notice it unless you stop to look, which you wouldn't be doing unless, like I said, you're looking for issues. So while I do have an issue with how bad the graphics are in some of the courses, it's not a deal breaker for me because, you know, with the reasons I said, and I did genuinely enjoy myself. Some of my favorite courses have to be, obviously, the Ninja Hideaway course from Mario Kart Tour. I remember that being kind of fun in Mario Kart Tour, but actually getting to play it properly in a proper Mario Kart game honestly does feel really good. I actually do like Toad Circuit quite a bit. I just like how simple and kind of mindless and fun it is. I don't know, I just really like it. Coconut Mall, a lot of people hated things like they turned the escalator into a ramp, which I'm sorry, in my personal opinion, that's just a stupid complaint. Like, you know, the Mii's and the car at the end, you know, the end not being as great. Okay, that's a fair criticism because it actually really changes how the course is played, whatever. I mean, not necessarily the Mii's, but the car's not moving and all that, whatever. But an escalator being turned into a ramp, who cares? Who cares? That's such a stupid thing to complain about, in my personal opinion at least. Next up is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. It came out last week, and I'll be honest, I haven't personally played it yet. I didn't get the game, but I probably will at some point because I really wanted to wait for the reviews and what people thought. I wanted to wait and see how people responded to this game. And it seems like the overall general response is really good. Reviews are really good for this game. You know, everyone's saying it's like Mario 3D Land, but better. Or sorry, 3D World, I should say, but better. Which I honestly kind of like because I like 3D World, but I definitely wanted something a little bit more. And it seems like Kirby might be that. It's definitely not on the scale of like Galaxy, Sunshine, or Odyssey, but it seems like a cute, fun little 3D platformer. A linear one at that, but still a 3D platformer nonetheless. I'm probably going to give it a shot. I heard this game's actually selling really well. Like, you know, of course, every game on the Switch sells really well. Every single franchise that comes from another Nintendo platform to the Switch sells the best in the series. You know, Metroid Dread, Luigi's Mansion 3, you know, those smaller series really seem to shine on the Nintendo Switch, and Kirby and the Forgotten Land seems to be no exception, though it is interesting the fact that, you know, there already is a Kirby game on the Switch, Kirby Star Allies, and even other, like, eShop Kirby games, but those don't matter. But this game seems to be doing better than that one. So it shows that innovation, while keeping true to what the series is a good move for Nintendo, which you should really note that for some of your other franchises, but I won't get too much into that. I didn't want to talk too much about Kirby because I don't have much to say since I haven't played it, but it does seem to be reviewing really well and selling really well, which, hey, for an innovative, fresh Kirby game, I'll take it. That's awesome. Okay, so we're going to get into some not as great news. First of all, this I think is ridiculous. Nintendo are known for taking down a lot of things, whether it be music or, hacks or whatever, like, game hacks, ROM hacks, mods, whatever. Nintendo are known for taking that stuff down, and of course, they have the legal right to do that. They, as crummy and stupid as it is, they have their rights to do it. As angry as we get for them doing it, they are in their rights for doing it, and, it's a question of should they do it? Like, they don't have to do it. If they were offering something to give us, legacy content or give us Nintendo music, then it's like, okay, understandable. But given that they have no alternative for that stuff, it's kind of like, is there really a reason for removing it since you're not offering anything yourselves? Well, this case is a little more interesting and honestly a little more crappy, to be honest, because someone uploaded this really cool Japanese Mario 64 guide that had these pictures of like hand-done models made out of like crafting materials, and it looks really cool. The art in it is so cool. It's really, really cool. Nintendo didn't like that, so they told the people like archive.com, because someone put it there to archive this, to save it and preserve it, and Nintendo were like, no, take it down. And this is ridiculous to me because it's something you're not selling. You are not making any profit, any money off this guide, unless you were going to re-release the art or resell it at some point, which is stupid because you already released Mario 64 like a year ago or 2 years ago now, and you didn't release a guide for it, so what would be the point of releasing one now? It's just stupid. Nintendo, there are some things where I'm just like, like I said with the music and the mods, okay, fine. I can understand why you'd want to remove that. But something like this, someone trying to preserve this guide, this rare Japanese exclusive guide, I don't understand it. I really don't understand what the point of this move was. I mean, hey, people have taken it and are still re-uploading it to kind of rebel against Nintendo with this, but it's just crummy. It's just a crummy story all around, and I don't get why Nintendo did it. Nintendo, honestly, shame on you for that, personally. So the last story I have for today is honestly the main reason I wanted to make this video, because this isn't a topic that I can make a whole video about in and of itself, but it is a really big deal. And that's Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, the sequel, has been delayed to spring 2023. I'll be honest, I personally expected this game to come out this year. I thought, with the pandemic slowing down, things returning to normal, like, I understood it getting delayed before because obviously the pandemic, and, there's a lot of things that happened in the years 2020 and 2021 to make it so that Breath of the Wild got delayed. Obviously, Breath of the Wild 2 got delayed. It makes sense. But it being delayed again, I think is really interesting. I'm not against this delay. I'm not for it either. I'm just like, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? To make your game work, to make your game polished, to make it run well, look good, all that kind of stuff. You gotta do what you gotta do. But I'm just surprised more than anything else that this got delayed. I was initially concerned because I saw it on Twitter. Obviously, Twitter is where I usually see gaming news first. If you want to see my initial reactions to things before the video even comes out, definitely check out my Twitter account. But when I saw the video, I immediately got a deja vu to when Metroid Prime 4 got talked about having its development restarted. So I was like, oh my god, they're not going to restart development of Breath of the Wild 2, are they? But no, thankfully not. It's just a delay until spring 2023. Now, hey, having a release window is something. Now that we have actually a release window, we have something to look forward to for the beginning of next year. It's not like before where it's like, oh, is it going to come out in 2022? Is it going to be delayed? We don't know. Now they actually have a window, which is cool. At least we know that now. So we still do gain something out of it, right? People might still complain, oh my god, they delayed Zelda again, oh my gosh. And while I do agree that Nintendo should stop announcing things so early if they're just going to delay it a bunch, again, granted, COVID was a completely unknown factor, at the time of the announcement for both Metroid Prime 4 and Breath of the Wild 2, but nonetheless, it is kind of crazy that it's just being delayed and delayed and delayed. But I do think there was actually some gameplay, but new footage in it. We did see something new. That sword that Link was holding, which is pretty cool. He talked about, adventuring the skies and all that a little bit more. So we did learn a little bit more about it. Not really, but there was something for Zelda fans to grab onto there, as opposed to Metroid fans who really got nothing back in 2019 besides, we're restarting the game. But what do you guys think about all this news? A lot's been happening the past couple weeks. Like, it's kind of crazy how much has been happening for Nintendo the past couple weeks. It's not really, like, usually an active time for them. Like, sometimes there's a March Direct, but we had that in February, so it's just kind of weird how much is happening this month. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And of course, make sure to like and subscribe as well. And hit that notification bell so that you're notified of when I upload videos to the channel. Check out the merch store. There's some cool ZakPak merch up on there for you to check out. And until next time, you guys, I'll see you all in the next video.